energy is the amount for the extremely subtle mind. Are we talking about two phenomena or one phenomena that has two different properties? If it's the later, how can a phenomena be both physical and non-physical, and how could the physical and non-physical interact? So the long time same time on you, right? So the cho chigre cho nire. Pena nobo chigre nobo nire. Any di tambo any kesi konso chikpa mare dini chik di long di zugre any di simre so dini di kandi yongre ro. Yeah, pena di kandi namdu draw any di draw something.
데려와 가자나. 이 ngochigla toba chiksa ngochigla toba chiksa. Pena ngochigla toba thade mo. So pena tepsega tepwa. 탭디 탭 약보세. 와. 아니 탭디 탭 약보체. 아니 탭디 갈라 그러다. 탭디 닝바. 와. 탭 사와. 탭 약보다 탭 사와니디 탭로 하고. ngochigla. 그 명다다면다 레서. 딘데로 그래. ngochig toba thade 라디 딘데로 하지리다.
Okay, so when we talk about one essence, different designations, or sometimes it's referred to as different isolations. So using the example of a book, you can say the book is both the good and it's new, right? So you're referring to the same thing, but the good book and the new book are both the same thing, basically. But they're referred to in different ways. So this is what's meant by one essence, one nature, and different designations or isolates.
Pena dilao kono chuchu라 추 추디 추차워서 해도 추차워 추당 추차워 추차워서 추차워 추차워라
네.
추차워당 추니 ngo질라 또 다대라 어디나 싫어 셈당 속세 셈탐보다 롱자.
Okay, so it's like when you take hot water, the water and the hotness are one nature, but they're different identifications or isolates.
제가 그 추디 차워에 외전에 아니 추차워도 나고라 추고랑 당외 차 렌시 쉐워지라고 일단 되나시 셈디 세브릭 차체 요외 차롱 요외 차들라 롱제디 속래 속 탐모라 속 탐모 카도 요르딜라 카도 요.
Okay, so like when we say water and hot water, like water and the hotness of the water, you're referring to the same thing, right? So, but it has different qualities. Like the water is kind of clear and the hot is heating, right? And so when you refer to the mind, there's the clear and knowing aspect, and then there's the movement aspect, and that's why they're referred. But yes, this is the wind is formed because it has color. So. Yeah. So it sushi na yore or tangire? Okay, so within it has 5 colors.
소근이 룽디 소근이 치고라. 다제메 베나 람다 제 람토체로 도고 통부차. 셈 탐모제로. 셈 탐모디 룽기 차되게 소근이 내체. 와. 룽요로 룽디 소로.
Right, okay.
이게 소근이 내 유쇼 녀내 귤니 와 녀내 현지체 녀내
카르니 지난디 드라이버 카르 Zuki.
Suku Sanjay.
Ah, Sanjay Zuku. Ah, Zuku. Okay.
Zuku.
So di long di Zuku nyelengi gyu.
Yure. So jana long de la kado nga yaro. Jana ando Sanjay de la Sanjay nga do Sanjay nga. Sanjay de la sushi nga do.
Yeah, right.
Oh, di ne yongor da di fair.
So those who have realizations have actually been able to identify the subtle wind as being the cooperative cause for the form body of the Buddha, right? And so like we have the 5 Dhyani Buddhas with the 5 colors, this is the 5 colors of the wind are representative of those.
제가 단다 표도와 가시에다 nga nyamne dogo tumbu chinye so 다들 잘루시거든. 렘보보디.
Mm-hmm.
어,
Udi.
룰은 자도 가자.
Yeah.
대 치료를 줘야지. 축첨부 차라. 아니 소불로
Oh,
자서
okay.
거.
So then the body becomes this rainbow aspect, and this is this light coming out, right?
근데 왜디 먼저 창말에 열어. 이는
Yeah.
먼저 창말에 왜디 먼저기 되자 시당 콘도
Right.
마디 디즈마 띠임데.
Okay. So we've all got this light, but unfortunately we're surrounded by attachment and jealousy and all of these things, right? And it gets dissolved into that.
그깝대요.
So it's like encapsulates it by all our nonsense encapsulates it. So
그래서 이 바고 쉬고서 좀 바고 쉬고 나지. 좀 열어. 아니
like an onion.
좀 바고 쉬고 나지. 쉬나 아니 통요.
All right. So if we peel ourselves back like an onion, then the light can come out. So dini kerang di song song ti long di mena di zukbo de tupi mare. Di tanda karere.
뒤로 롱 매위나 롱기 양식 요지거라고. 롱도 비교자예요 말이야. 롱매는 비교자가 폐제돼야요 말 롱매나 단다 먼저 디 대다 누수 상모 반항게 뻥바디 지거라.
Right.
누수 상모 요에 차디 롱기 지거라. 좀 먼저 수고나라 롱매나 먼저 시도래. 도도저나래 롱요라. 도요 사단 도도저나래 롱요.
Okay.
도저 창말라 디저나래 롱요. 얘나 롱매는 대대토야 말.
Okay. So di namkad.
나가 말이 롱.
Okay. So
나가 로가라. 나가스도 동거더라.
this wind. The definition of wind is
양식요.
light and moving. So without this, then nothing could hold together. So actually, everything has this wind in it, like stones and everything like that. And without our like that wind energy, we're talking about when that's gone, we die, right? We can't live. But this everything has this wind energy, and without it, it couldn't this wind element. Sorry, not energy. This wind element, and without it, it couldn't exist. It couldn't move. It couldn't do any of that stuff.
진짜 롱들라 타라망보다 단단한 치료를 우르 세지도와 팅하는 저다 디저당 저 통구도 아니 롱 저저 암절 구다 저저 롱라고 그래 다드네 마롱 타르 롱들래야 탐모 롱 타라 롱들래 타라망
So yeah, this wind that we like hear and see moving the trees, that's like a gross level of wind, and then it gets more and more subtle until you get to the subtle and then the very subtle one.
네 야고도 가서는 저 샘대망고 체 인워리 망고 체라 안쪽에 나거다 개와 나거다 안데 내가 저 고나거다 그래서는 삼로 망고 당데 아니 샘 님들라 롱용 거라 아니 롱되게 아니 짜나라 주제 아니 타줘야라 강에테 아니 가서 나거라
Okay. So okay.
단다 가서 단데 anxiety 소다 anxiety the mancha lungi ye nazareda samada mangtagora.
Yeah, so we can see it when our mind's disturbed, like with worry and stuff, it affects our body, like we can get sore necks, sore heads, and so forth. And this is mostly this wind energy getting stirred, like not functioning properly, right? Like it goes into the earth element and then gets into the blood and stuff, and this can cause all sorts of problems. So mostly anxiety and these things is a problem with the wind within the body.
그냥 저 늑조기 나도 따라 오늘은 anxiety 숙청부터 저기나 preventing이네 야고요. preventing이네.
Yeah. So like it'll be good if people have strong anxiety to actually take Tibetan medicine. It can help with this. Yeah, they have a special kind of wind medicine.
롱면래야 아가송아 숨주송아 니시쟁아 숨주송아 주가 니시 숨주송아
well, they got lots. They got lots. All right, they got different levels. Like it goes up to level 35. So strengths, maybe strengths of the medicines. They got 5, 10, 15, and the maximum 35.
Really?
Yeah, 35 is like the maximum. You probably wouldn't be able to move if you took that. You just
you know, some people have the so long tower or two tower.
yeah.
Hundred tower.
Yeah.
Hundred tower does the long the shoot to move.
Yeah, so a lot of people have so long. It's like a wind disturbance, and it manifests as like a lot of anger. You know, it could very easily get angry. This is so you can't control, and this can be this solong.
Honestly, some manga we had nicknames. Those people Agarsonga. Agarsonga means he loves Gombi or angry,
Right.
we call it Agarsonga.
This is Agasona di Menming. So they used to name the angry or grumpy people Agasona, which is like the maximum strength. Long medicine, the wind medicine.
New Zealand, we don't have the Tibetan medicine here, isn't it?
Auckland have.
Oh, yeah. Huh? Yeah, anxiety is very good for Tibetan medicine as well.
You just don't, if you need to do anything physical, don't take it. With the sensation that the body is sinking under the earth, is it okay if people reach up, or should people ideally be able to go with it? Okay, so di tuin, so di tambo di sa nang la Tim san di dini konso di di jena yabudo or di relax je kariyo.
Di korawa yomara, korawa yomara, rawa mewa chiur.
Yeah.
rawa mewa, rawa mewa yungurti ngazo kando chitugu mara. Ta gom yagu jani na kando chitugu, gom yagu ma jani na kando chitugu mara.
Like at this point, it's beyond that person's control, right? Like they're just reacting to the experience, right? So with somebody who's a meditator, then they can control the experience. But for other people who are not familiar, it's out of their control at this point.
I think gom jani le temba tembo ko da temba tembo mena tinegala jedo je yandi lagdo.
So, you know, if you meditate, you need strong, like, memory or concentration. If you have this, then at that time you can control. If you don't have this kind of like memory, clear mind, then you just it's out of your control at that time.
My uncle, Richard uncle, he been more than 40 years, Richard, in Dharamsala area. And he nearly passed. He already said like that. I was there. He said, "Please, hello, I attend.
Oh, I'm thinking.
I'm thinking. And I told, now you have this thing, and he said, "Oh, sit there." He said, "Not easy. They got the subuk around Langjung Yungway. Yeah, kona go there. They jail like Hari Yungway. The Gamra much then I away.
So yeah, like even for this, it's just your body's just physically reacting to this, the experience, right? It's not in your control. Then he called the Gug, oh, okay. And then, but he knew that then what was coming next, right? Like then he knew what was going to follow from that. So even he knew still his body, he was doing the. And can you explain what is meant by empowerment? Is it taking refuge, or is it more than that? So the wangi tanta karere di kabdore or di shembore?
Oh, did it? Wang lady, Wang said, that ma lamegi chojin day, Chiranlaya. The Codeocean and Chiranlaya, chojin day, was chojin day. Chiran Gomchore, Penanganzo. Certificate of
driver's license.
Driver's license. Developing unit, Devatancho. A day, Moda, what junction, developing day, Jang machine, developing.
Yeah, okay. So it's when the Lama gives you the permission to do the practice, right? So you could imagine it like a driver's license. But you know, you don't just, if somebody's a terrible driver, you don't give them a driver's license. You only want to give driver's license to good drivers. You don't want to give it to people who are going to. Yeah, permission.
아니 칼라사야도 저 뒤지 근데 검초고요래 ane susu yen mi de zo hadan hamu dinde samu dang chogu yore o dinde gi ta pe mangbo yore ko top dang mangbo yore
So, it's really understood as a permission, like permission to enter the deity's abode and a permission to do the various rituals and practices, and also to visualize your body and to visualize the food that you eat as nectar, to visualize the house as the abode of the deity. So there's many things encompassed within this permission.
yela nga la kharesna do la ina sanje ga sal susu mewa chare wa ni sanje ko ma
Oh,
thwa che
okay.
mewa che ta nga la ina thandarang ko mya yere susu lu di pa dongjan che thame lu di pa ka thame lu di pa ka thame lu di ha yin che ya mo ro thame lu di dongba ta dongni do ba lo chanju sem 닝제 람 어디제디 고고요 다 디제디 중나 딜러 또고 제고 다 디메나 저제 용어세 제고로 배전제
Right.
아니 디메나 이제다 뭐바다 수수딜라 가보 수수 이제 딜 대고 디 녜바드 거다 디요나 아니 신도 당아 냠네 제초고
Gonna determine
아 이제다 뭐바
I believe.
대박 이제
So, when we talk about the sutra practices, we're always aspiring to the state of Buddhahood. Like we're aspiration to that. Whereas when we talk about the Tantra, you're actually taking this experience now as that state of
시 류, 롱주
okay, and there's four
네
body, wealth,
롱주 아니 콜
place,
네스도 강바더라
and
아니 류체
entourage.
아니 롱주스도 아니 düzen여야지 와 숨바치 아니 콜스 예 콜도 상마 타마 나와 가고라 디 단다랑 안도 지혜요 단다랑 상마도 다요 단다 수수 단다랑 운에게 바 동장시지 산제 공의 임발라든데 상마다 요르다 하고도 조림이나 단다 디게 따제디 뭐네 셔고 단다 조림게 남나 레윤데 디 단데 다른 쇼뱅도 따자이 봐 직부직양 셔고 다디 베전나네 셔나시 곰잡네 셔고 다디 람 곰베도 있다 다디 셔고로
So, we take all of this ordinary appearance as the four aspects of a Buddha, right? So you have like the body, the wealth, the place, the entourage. So you take all of our ordinary body, ordinary experience, ordinary situation, ordinary people around us, all as the equivalent of that of the Buddha, right? So we take this experience now based on, like this body, for example, now is empty, and based on that, then you can take that as the enlightened body. Now, when you have actual realizations of emptiness and bodhicitta and so forth, you can actually bring this about. But for us, it's more, or for ordinary people, it's more like an aspirational level. And then when you have, this is in the completion stage, all of these stages at the death process, this actually can be transformed into the enlightened experience.
아니 대 조름 되잖아. 아니 수수 가와 겨와치마 가와지게 유메 가두 시게 유메 라와요 수수.
And if you practice this completion stage practice, then you have control. You can take rebirth wherever you wish to.
다 시야라 라와요나 아니 다 야고 용사라.
So if we can die and do what we want afterwards, that's pretty cool.
먼저 단다 국지 대라. 다 마음과 신경이다 가도 신경. 다딩아게 조름게 냠래요나. 수수 겨와시마 가와도 수수 파마 칸데질라도 아니 수수 밀레 펜도 민두나나 아니 할라 겨와랭 그래 다신로 도래 다 예연라 미두돌라 저와야고 요와체 밀레 펜도 야고도나 양게 밀레 겨와랭 밀레 펜도 시그래 밀레 펜도 민두나나 튼도도 겨와르나 튼도나나 도래 다신된데라 야도 그래 다 수수 라와야 다 드드베디 도과 제장아도 도과 통보라 데로 제장데 응아세야디 딘데게 람딜라 데지 촉진도 베직다 차단 야부 고고요 마셔지 이 딩산도 와다 디도 내가 전부로 와다
So this if you have this completion stage, then you can actually be reborn wherever you want. You can choose your parents and so forth. For us now, like we don't even know what we're doing today, let alone what's going to happen after death, right? So it's quite a different experience. But for these beings who can practice it, they can go wherever it is that they benefit being. So like they can say, okay, I want to be born to these parents. Depending on what the situation is. And if it's not possible for whatever reason to benefit beings as a human being, they can go to a pure realm or a god realm, or being as an animal, or even manifest as trees and rocks and so forth, right? But in order to do this practice, you need a foundation, a strong foundation in the path, and that's something that we shouldn't neglect. Okay. Then what is the feeling or emotion associated with each stage? E.g., joy, sadness, fear, and do we go through emotional changes? So the shikalakala, the emotion kari yongera. So the salatem dini kandi emotion yongera any lusoba dini any the jegire dini emotion kandi yongera.
근데 처웠으나 다 그래서 나와 용으로 나와 쌤나 나와 용으로 나와 숙제모 용으로 너도 쌤나 때문으로 스타트 마판 도나 신도 지 용, 다들 내려지 용으로 쌤나 나와 용으로 치기다 용 나와 있는데 처워디 다 처워 숙제모디 다 배제 우 교체 맞제 롱남실의 테마딘디 가두도하다 저와식 정보를 얘기를 롱남실 팀들이 남실 교체 차이인 거 같다. 뒤뒤 저디 배나 년도라다나 이다다 냐와든데 진이나 아니 배디 저 동해 숙청보든데 뭐 남자당 되자당 콘도든데 뭐 이렇게 아니 다 밀라 겨래야 저 딜리기나 미단 하단 인데래나 아니 심나라 가고 수수 심나라 기고 삼발흘려 딘데 용구요라다.
So, there's a lot of strong appearances that appear to the mind at the various stages. The stages of dissolution, we have the external and internal appearances. So this really strong, it's like being caught up in an actual movie, like it's a lot of appearances that come appear to one. But in terms of the strong emotion or strong feeling, at the time when the wind energy dissolves into the mind, so wind element, I keep saying energy for some reason, wind element dissolves into the mind, then you have a really strong feeling at that point, right? And it's said that beings who are born in particularly like predators or hells have a lot of suffering at that point if they're going to be reborn in the predators or the hells. And if you're going to be born as a god or a human, at that time your mind is more relaxed and more joyful when that wind element dissolves. What?
What about the other ones? Earth, water, and fire.
나와.
That at these points, it's a lot of appearances.
처웠으네. 저 나와 용으로.
Yeah.
나와도 셈나라 왜 들리지 지금 용으로 저한테 디디님들라 저다뇽다 저대와다 데데 용으로다.
So, in terms of what the experience is, when these appearances arise, then there can be a feeling of happy, suffering, or neutral at that point, right? But it talks about what appearances arise. What causes smoke to be seen? Is there a smoldering happening in the body? So di dua ta kapsula ra karichene yongire ini di lunangla di dua none
말해 두왕문에 말해.
Okay.
셈나라 나와디 두원나시 샤롱.
Right. So there's no actual smoke. Right? You're not actually smoking at this point. you don't turn into a chimney, but what happens is there's a mental appearance of it's not like smoke-like appearance. No, so it's appearance like smoke. It's not actual smoke itself, but there's a smoke-like appearance in the mind.
셈 정도 믹스인데 왜 까보샤 마보샤 공부샤 공주주샤 도차 근데 나와든데 두어도든데 샤요라
Right.
원초교로 어든데
So you have the various like a white appearance, red appearance, and smoke appearance, and so forth, right? But this is all mental appearances. Okay. Any Gisela, regarding the statement that dying people go through the first 4 stages of death quickly, how long, how many hours does it take, etc.? Also, does the pace of death depend upon the circumstance and karma? So, kailangan di rakpa shi, tim kapsala di glokpo jogere, right?
그래.
Ni glokpo tutsa katsogo gre,
아,
chutsachi,
근데 니 디터민더래.
any,
다만다. 딜라 차 녀봐요 말해. 가시에 니 따져서 유릉볼라 되고 가시에 두두tundu 따 지난 님은 숨도 오지라고 열어. 이나 데 조고 돈예 열이 갈래라 돈예
di rakpa shi.
예. 디수수기 수고 내당.
Okay.
수고 로야 첨부 잔이도 니디지 갈래 두거래.
Right.
로충어도 격보도 그래 깔레차 로충어도 저는 남자 차요 로청보야 돈아 아니 갈래라 그런 야고직 다 흘려라고 지도 렌저 야고치도라 다디 먼저 미 로충아 돈이 달 사과디 근데 모터 액시던트 돈이도 저절로 축지 샤거 정말로 축지 액시던트 전혀 저절로 축지 샤제
So it really varies how quickly these things happen. Like the process, we say for the average person, the whole process takes about 3 days, but it depends very much on your body situation, right? Like for example, older people tend to go through this dissolution process slower. Younger people tend to go through it more quickly. And sometimes if you die in like a quick, like an extreme way, like a car accident, you can go through this extremely quickly. So there's no set time. It varies a lot depending on the individual.
다 디나라 저는 내가 신고야디 개지슈지기 개지슈기 숨요래 와숨 당보대 다 딜게 저런저단 미시디 가jem 월사 가서 지 뒤도 가jem 죽으간
Like a what?
마시디 디치 그냥 강보 밀라인 지라지도
Right.
내가라 디 티나에 거래 나디 마시콘라 나 암전나라 미지기 저기 전복군이지 다리치도 나야고요.
Right.
디디페 개점보래. 디디 시험이나 나 단다 라과 텐로지 디네가라 딱 개제시기나 저랑라마곰 이 곰당에 제일 라고라 니디나데 라구이나 아니고 네 생각함다 마셔지 디 전바용고라 딱 베디 겨와야 골래야라 펜도 베침바 디 당보들.
So, there's 3 things you should do if you're concerned about death, right? The first is in your will, that you actually write in there that you want somebody with you when you're dying who is familiar with the process and familiar with the Dharma. So, for example, like, if you're reaching up like that, then at that point they should say, okay, now think of your teacher, think of your Lama, and so forth, right? So it's really helpful to have somebody like that at the time of death.
다 니와들라 가지고 그래서는 중나 니머숨 공부하고 니머숨로 아니 니머숨 나라야데 나군에 타되나 되고.
Okay. So second thing is you should have your body left for 3 days. And if at any point within those 3 days you see the blood coming out your nose, then okay, that's fine. That's the sign your consciousness is left. Then he
That was
yeah. So then, yeah. So at the time when your mind leaves your body, then the blood will come out your nose.
다 카시엘라 수부 타 쪼고 신교도 나다 통고 말이야. 다 가르쳐 버려야 돼. 수부 테마하거든요. 수부 테마하거든요. 남시 도르다. 디 약쇼요. 테마해.
So for some people, they won't actually have the blood coming out the nose, right? So what do you do for them? Well, when the body starts to smell, like decompose and smell, that's the sign. Then the consciousness definitely left.
That is something temper shadowy na the kajem na shagi na ngone pendoyer, right? Shime shi nyanga doga.
저디 건데 somebody
somebody supposed to 가야 돼요.
Oh, okay. So just to reiterate, the first one is write in your will. The second one is leave the body for 3 days, and the third one is like when the blood comes or the smell. That's when you can.
나도 뒤 야와요. 심지어 먼저 년가도 와요. 년가배 전부도 미 이네 롱남실에 팀배 내가 시버리라고 그러. 다들 군도 자지 팀고래 나와가라면 되게 처음 말이다 나나. 아니 지외외세 코로나라 님은이 숨진데 되려고. 아니 세상에 배 년가 전부도 와요.
So it's very important to write this in your will because, at the time when the wind elements dissolves into consciousness, then at that point, like you're clinically dead, right? However, you've still got these fifth, sixth, seventh. So the white, red, black, and base clear light, and in this clear light, you can stay just in there for 2 or 3 days. So it's very important, not to move the body and disturb the body in this thing.
Yeah, you have a question?
So lots of people won't be out, don't have that experience, don't have the 3 days,
So 미망체와로 디 콘서트 zubo degi marero lamsang di padro ni metang ni di 콘서트 카르지
다 년가 전부요.
They really should be worried. They're in danger.
이번에 이번에 그 미세베 녀블레 년가요. 이번에 년가 전부래로. 다배 고육단 초보 그런게 인데 메디다 가고도 알아. 지금 나가는 수수 모션 받아.
Right, so this is not really good for these kids. It's actually dangerous to do this. However, we can't tell society what to do, right? However, you can talk. You can control your situation and maybe the people around you, your friends, and so forth. If you can help them, but overall, we can't change the way things are done.
In India, near the Sarah one. The Indian people sometimes they're really burning, and one person on the fire he stand up. What are you doing? Making a land.
So they were burning him, like burning his body, and he got up and said, "What's going on?" So like.
근데 맹간한테 소리나 아니 단도 자감만 주라. 장무둥에 가서 용거래라.
Correct, Trunka.
이 읍체에서 나는 남산 로기 자감난 루그라. 자과가 감난 루그라. 맹간도서. 자감하고
like
자감하고 자과가 감디 미 롤룩사.
Oh, like a coffin.
맹간 롤룩사 자과를 장모 쉬워요.
Oh, okay, I got you. So in the hospital, they put the body in like mortuary, like in these like things. I mean, you've probably seen it on CSI where they pull the bodies out, right? Like those things, and that's really bad because it's very cold in there, and it's not really good for the person.
My Ritu Anga's friend, his realization this, he controlling his age. He has this experience. I have his story. He talking, they wrote book, and he said if you do practice this, was a
completion.
Exactly what text said. He has this experience. And then he was sick, and then Dalai Lama said you go to Tibetan Telegmengan, this Western medicine, and he went there. He already told I think this is nothing happened to medicine, but the Dalai Lama, his advice, I want to follow his advice. He went to hospital, and the hospital he is passed away. This Lungnam Shil Timro, this breathing stroke. And then this hospital, he put this in the box,
the morgue, mortuary,
ice, the air conditions very cold. And then Dalai Lama got the message. Dalai Lama said, no. And where's his body? He put this. No, he already have two them, And then the people come back. He took out. He is very become fresh. He's there 13 days meditation. 작업날로 찍찍 잘해.
So they tried to whip him off and put him in the, and he was still like his mind was still there, right?
네 저는 네도 시행한 거는 아주 초과 걸로 편도 열어.
Right.
그래서 뭐 셴버도라. 자 수수 빈자다. 주줄라다 디 적으로 해서 디 개침으로 해서.
Yeah. So it's good to know this and advise like people, your relatives and so forth, how to do these things.
At what point though there'll be a point where you can't wake up anymore, like the story about the Indian men. At what point you won't wake up anymore? You're dead.
So di kapsula pena di mi di gagami di metangni yalang ro. Di genang la kadu di yalang misipure.
I think they 처음에 전에 가서 지라는 거래. 가서나 바돌로 돌아.
네.
바도칭 아니 단데 겐로 체 이제 엑스텐더로 체 본선에 거 아니 바돌로 도 아니 단데 체디기 레디 줘요 말아. 양자남시 주용 거래.
Okay, so right up to the eight into the clear light experience, there's even some story of the possibility people have actually left and gone to the bardo, right? But through the karma of this life not being finished, then they end up coming back into the body. So
we have one friend in Mang. He was sick, and he said I think he already been part of, and he all this experience has, and the sound resolving, at that time we do like that. He has feeling similar, big drum, boom, like that experience. He's walking, big sound. He can't counter, big loud. He is. My uncle had already said, please you go slowly. Some my friend he's a boom boom boom. He looks very big sound. My uncle already told, and we talking this water, pep water. Looks storming coming. He has like, oh, where's the come storming? He said, we bucket, but in the bucket boat, this like this water. He said, big sound. And this monk, he has already this all experience. He was clearly, and suddenly he went to something beautiful place, and then sometimes black, and he come back. And this some people. This
right, so some people actually are able to come back from the bardo.
When I was young, my mother had exactly similar this black called this my mother to consciousness and the eyes like that, and the tongue like that. Or I don't know. This my sister cry and then me and my sister went Tibetan one geshe. He's Tibetan. He making his own medicine. We went to his place and then we both cried. And he ran this horse and then he give Tibetan precious medicine. And then 15 minutes after my mother consciousness come back. My mother had exactly this black, black. She went this stuff. Then she consciousness come back.
Apparently a lot of people who have a near-death experience see this like really powerful, incredible white light. I'm wondering if it's a similar thing.
So Mikashi Nupchogi looks at the near death level. So Shikalaka leb, right? Shikalaka leb, then it's so young. Konza di some kapo tagire. Like the kapo. Right. So yeah, that's the brilliant white appearance on the fifth dissolution. And then there's the clear light as well, right? So
yeah, 나왔대 용거다 그러면서 단다 디 곰자미 꼭종 곰대하고 자비네 배창마 섬제 디 라이트 가고든데 용거다.
라카드.
꼭종 곰이하고 자라.
아, 그래.
꼭종하고 잡디 남도 창마 가제. 남도 창마 가제. 아니 샘기 세리기 찾으면서 미기 딜 라이트 리야 여러분.
So some people who very good meditators like me meditating on the breath when all their conceptualization stop, they can have this white appearance, right? All the breath goes in and
저단데 남시라고라고도 파주 팀도 나와도 셔게 있어.
right. So as the gross levels of consciousness dissipate or dissolve, then this white appearance arises.
근데 단다디 곰자위면 단다디서다 베직도 먼저 상말의 연구로 상말의 곰 야고 잡는 먼저 상말의 연구를 experience 연구를.
So if we can meditate well, for any of us, this experience can come.
I met two maybe 3 or 4 people. They did this. I mentioned where you do long breathing meditation. Someone they did beginning 60 minutes just breathing, and after that in their experience, and some people 30 minutes, and some people quickly come, but this is not really stable, not stable. But sometimes coming experience, because our gross consciousness stopping working and very deep concentration. 그다음 냠샤라 두스 용거 냠샤 세자라 냠샤 세딜라 냠샤 찌직 동반이도 미다고도 욱도 내가는 심직 샤운데 데미시 참아 가라 디네걸라 디나와디게 띠띠띠띠 다워 디나시 용거 말이야.
Right. So when you have this strong placement, like when you single focus on like emptiness or the breath or whatever it might be, but when all the other thoughts stop, then this is when these appearances can arise.
그다음 저 other that
Okay, so is there some? So there's a few questions here. Okay, so so is there some resistance in the death process, and where does it stop? I don't know I don't know what's meant by resistance.
It's like, I think it's already answered. It was like, am I resisting the process, or am I letting go? I think we answered it.
Okay, so you're happy? All right. So when does the identity stop existing? When do I stop being the person I'm in this life? So the toxin, right? So the shigi gorim nangla the nga se digi nga kadu gagire, right? Nga young, instead dig nge look the zuba ngere and the kadu gagire.
네, 치외베세 가고 다가라 치외베세 가고다 겨치면 파도 디디 세디긴 가가.
So this identifying yourself as the self you perceive yourself in this life happens when the base clear light stops and you move to the bardo. So these steps are discriminatory in reality. Is it more a continuum rather than 8 different dissolutions? Are there other ways to break it down? So the the goram the chig drawre or the chu drawre or jun drawre. Or the chig gaktene yang ni jo or the kadi nyam do.
디마 인지는 찌가 인지 발음
It is an order. One ceases and then the next one commences. One ceases, so there is a different order. And how long do the 8 steps take? I think we've already covered that. Okay. When the earth elements dissolve, is the drying of the body the same as the shrinking limbs? So their chart and in Pichakasi the sa kam ki timla Zukpa chungwa drogire. Di zukpa kambo and zukpa chungwa dro chikpare or chankandire.
Kamra dore, chungra this yeah, mara. Kamra dona chungra dora.
Yeah, well, if you get drier, you get smaller.
Yes, kam dore.
Yeah.
Di zuk ta de zo yurung bo de ga de. Di sa chu me lung de ye yorwa. Hashela logic tende de go.
Tim.
Okay,
so some people can stay like extremely long time in this dissolution of the elements, up to some people like 1 year it takes to dissolve these.
Me teacher knows this one. We have one student. He has 2 father, father divided like that, and other their family come to our monastery. They do offering. I may teacher told, Oh, you did other big brother. And my teacher told you need to practice Dharma practice. He did specific for him, you know. And after the parent called back, my teacher said he already significant this number one, and I think he lived maybe 6 months, 7 months, live longer like that. After 7 months, and he was dead. Before 7 months, my teacher already taught, and I asked my teacher, how do you know? And he said he saw this significant.
He saw the signs of the earth element dissolving. Yeah, so there's some that takes a month, sometimes it takes a year, so there's these sorts of examples. Yeah, so they're quick, they can be very quick, or they can be very slow, these dissolutions. Okay, so earth into water into fire goes slowly, but then fire into wind goes quickly, and wind into consciousness also goes quickly. So the others can go slowly, but those go quickly. Okay. When the earth, oh yeah, we've done that. Yep.
So I'm still not entirely clear the difference between the drying of the body in the earth stage and water stage.
Okay, so the sala tem dini zug di pungbola kamdogire. You know, the chula tem dini yang dikadi di kamdogire. So di kepakari.
예, 사출을 팀에다 연락 강바 라고도 강부 차도로와. 이는 뒤뒤 캐난 게 추강구 말이야.
Okay. So
출을 팀에도 가주감도로.
Right. So when the earth element is dissolving, the limbs and so forth of the body, they start to dry up. But the mouth and so forth doesn't dry up. When the water element dissolves, then the mouth and these things, then the nose.
출멜라 팀도 아니 이제 가주 나고다 도서 감도로. 나고 팁도로.
So then
나고 팁도다. 야마 팁도다.
Yeah, so at that point when the nose can get dry, some people get dryness. And then this tongue doesn't start to work. And I found another translation that said you get scum on your teeth. So I don't know. I don't know. It's one way to translate it. Okay. So then the last one is clear light appearance is described like the morning sky. Does it have a color like light blue? So the chat nangla the shigi also the shokegi namka drawre. So the mamborebe or kadu?
Kabo.
No, it's white. It's white. Yeah, it's like really the first dawn when you get that kind of whitish appearance. Right, so this analogy is used when there's like zero clouds in the sky, then you really get these kind of clearer appearances. Yeah, sometimes it's good if you get this clear day, you can sit there and meditate on like this, how this process is going and so forth. Right. So yeah, like now it's used examples of external, but you know, at the later it'll all be internal, like in the mind. Okay, is that it? Oh.
I've got a question that I found it hard for me.
Right.
I think it partly answers it. So, during our lifetime, we have the symptoms, like the earth and the water and the fire. We have those symptoms, and they cause us disease.
Right.
But is it then with the wind element, that finally comes, then we're going to die. But some people seem to have these other symptoms and they might recover.
Right. So di kashi pena di zukbo kamdro ani kala kamdro. Di tsenang la samsam di yongire ro. Yina yang di samsam di mi takire. Like yangya debo yongire ro. Yina yang di long tang di long kam di semlang la temna deni di shigire ro di chitangi shigire. So deni kande okuru senang la di kambo yongire di sadi di kamdi timgire o kandi karichini yongire. Pina natsa kashi yore di zupope kambo yongire ni dirada.
이 나자기 깜바다 디 치다기 깜바니 정말.
Yeah. Now, if you get like this kind of dryness or any of these symptoms due to a disease, it's not the same as the actual dissolution of the elements.
네. 이 미카셰 나자기 깜부 책도 이네 디 내가 그냥 코로나를 깜부 이나야 지 서버 임베 지 요르 코로나 믹세지가. 하디 시베 따든데 베데 깜부 베 가서래다 지 주민 여러 지 시부지 차로다.
So yeah, I mean, at the times maybe people get like dry, like really dry, but there's medicine you can apply, right? Like there's treatments, I should say. There's treatments you can do to help them to recover. At the time of death, when this is happening, then there's no treatment for this kind of thing.
하디저 디르와 디저 네 먼저 베나 레기 저 체면은 아니 따드서 연구 말아 봐. 난 사실 레 근데 모더 때 쇼니 아니 디 차도도 사실 레 근데 풍부다 레 저 체면 인자 남시 주 용해야 돼 연구여라. 남시 주 슈거들 연구여 남시 파터 주 용하던데.
All right.
미카셰 나로 토스 미카셰 되네. 액시던트 셰로.
Right.
남시 파트 그런 수부 통고여라. 수부디 미치도여라. 그런 디질 주도여라.
Right.
아니 디메간라 친 라와제기여라. 아니 그런 거 라와마제라고여라. 멤버게 라와제래. 아니 지메야 첨버스디 라와제래. 아니 그런 게 라와마제라스데 멤버 라마송 라고여래. 근데 망고도.
Alright, so you know, there's so if it also comes down to the karma. Like if the karma is not finished, then sometimes, you know, you can actually you don't fully die, right? Like there's stories of people, or I heard of somebody who'd actually left their body, right? Like their consciousness had left their body, and they could see, like in an accident, their consciousness had left their body, and they could see it being taken to the hospital, and they were following their body along. And then, like, the doctor was cutting their arm, right? Cutting their arm. And they were saying, no, don't cut the arm, don't cut the arm. And then later they woke up, they went back into their body, and they said to the doctor, you know, I told you not to cut my arm. And the doctor said, you didn't say anything, you know, like. Yeah, so it's a bit strange, you know.
오늘에 did sim the part sim the 수부단 생기 대화체 매외자 sim the 슈트고요.
Yeah, right. So if like even though the consciousness may have left, if the connection to the body hasn't been cut, like fully severed, then it can come back.
와, 어디네. 다 진짜 되어신답니다.
No, that's awesome.
어디? 다 가면 가시려면. 단다 데리. 다 세부 차선이라 가는 감정을.
Okay, so yeah, we've only got a few minutes left. So is everything clear? Anything you want to?
Yeah. Short question.
With regard to the 3 days, and we talked about a body being in a morgue or a fridge.
Yeah.
What about a body in a coffin with the lid on?
Okay, so dini sometimes the nimasum di otala dero. Dini kurandi drangkang la do. You know, is like the nubjagla di coffin nang la lu, bro.
감나로는 개.
Yeah, put it in the earth doesn't matter.
Yeah, 뭐다 닝저버지 샤샤.
Yeah, it's quite nice and comfortable in there. They make like quite cool ones these days. You know, these are pretty metang. Yeah, but burning the body is not good.
왜
Makeup and what about don't they put what's that stuff they put it? No.
Embalming.
Yeah, amaldehyde. So the zukpo the makes out the truck part and the amaldehyde, the chemical chick zupuna long and the trimba yongi mana so di kari di nang
딩원에서는 디 야고요 말에 그래서는 디게 가두 남시 가두 좀 하고 말 타성 되는 사람
right.
아니 주말 그거 말하다 근데 딩원에 배 맞잡체 문에서는 전환도 수술 안 와요라 수술 빈자 수술 안 와요 빈자 칼은 연보 옛날다 칼 많이 날아요 뭐라
Right.
그런 가가 샤샤다 주막하고다가 메다 당신은 디라
Yeah.
그들라 디 도서 전부 다 같이 그래
Yeah. So obviously, like, it's probably not good to pump your body full of formaldehyde and take all the blood out and whatever they're doing, right? If the consciousness is still in there. So, it's up to you what you do, but it's, if you've got relatives that actually kind of can be talked to about this kind of thing, it's good if you say, just wait till the smell comes in the body. Then you can do whatever you want, right? Like, then you can pump it full of formaldehyde and burn it or whatever you want to do, right? But, yeah, if you can get them to understand that, then that's good.
근데 딜러고라 근데 이거로서 미통한테 라고 창도 사실 라고 창에 남시 된다야 된다 연구
So, like sometimes people move the body around when it's clinically dead, and that can actually cause the consciousness to leave the body. But some stay more stable, like some, like even the body's moved, does the mind stays. Yeah, this formaldehyde process is quite expensive. I don't know. I guess, yeah. Like the whole funeral thing's called, they're not cheap. So like if it's expensive, like why? What's the point? Why do we do this nonsense? Yeah. So sometimes the funeral like the midi tara, pena the gamlang la de ni mitsang mata and kache she di shi jela. So the gyun sindire di nang la look, then di zukpo di trimba yongi mara any the this degirero.
That kesi dinde pesha pewoyuna any tumakasnana cup jabsilam.
So yeah, if you've got the money to throw away in this kind of thing, then just wait till the body starts to smell, then you can pump it full of whatever you want. Right, because then the consciousness is gone. Right. Yeah, so like once it starts to smell, then you can be confident the consciousness is left. If you're doing like amaldehyde and all these things, you're not sure if the consciousness is left at that point.
When in Wellington, one friend is his grandmother, and I sleep with her body there, and then they did this, and very fresh, And no smiley, no smile. And I stayed there 3 days. After 3 days, it doesn't come smile. And I checked here, nothing come blood. No smile. I don't know. And then I told them, I think not to maybe this nothing too long. After 1 week, you can burn, They did listening. After 1 week, they put in. I think 3 days, I'm not sure, And they're asking me, and I'm a little bit confused, They don't know blood not coming, no smiling. I don't know. Better they live longer there, No problem, no smiling. Then how many people want to look? Then look there. There's a shame I There's one pendo chimbo.
If you know this, it's like it's good. It's really beneficial to know. You had a question? Yeah. So okay. So when animals are killed, like for meat, they're killed very quickly, like and the bodies are cut up immediately. So what's the story with that? So the pena shasana ra di lug dham pachula sokpa di shikalagala konzo shi dini di 격보시 any langsam di zupo chigire.
네.
So di
이것도 동해 여러지.
yeah, so it's a lot of suffering. Any di sem di patangre.
sim 레라고 ten도 말아. 강에 쉬어요.
Yeah, so there's a lot of difficulties and suffering for them, and it's not good experience for them on.
In this time now in winter this autumn after autumn the logic 샤상 못해서라. 쉬우세요. 루페 이제스미야. 다 주수 사야래. 된다나시 비즈니스 많이 써야 되는데 말에 수수 사야래. 미자레 로기 숨 된데 세그라. 미자레 로니 숨나 미장 앞지 탐바이나 로 야당 앞지 된데 세그라다. 니마 숨시 쉬우세요.
So do you mean Jatamba Jatan Namshisi?
야당 앞지 세그라. 아니 데 앞쪽이요. 앞쪽하고 앞쪽 점대죠. 앞쪽. 그 점대 말하시죠.
Oh, right. I think it's like knuckle bones, something like that. Like the kids play with it.
Yeah.
The sheep joints.
먼저 데라 그 뻑버시로 로고치오라. 아니 건조기 루도 세샤라. 뻑버시오. 루카제 야라요. 루카제 란. 신나서. 루카제 세타라. 양자야 라요. 돈.
Right.
Yeah,
so there's stories like at this time in Tibet, it's the time of year where they do this kind of slaughtering, and then people slaughter there, kill the animals not for money but for their own food. So for 100 people, maybe they kill 100 and like 50 animals or something like that. But there's stories of the Bambodi Karija
먼저 로고치를 보고 진짜 되고 그요라.
Right.
건설로 로고치는 바고시 로고치는 압죽 되라. 먼저 보고 로고더라. 근데 내가 루트인데 세상적인데 양자 라마든데.
So at the time like the kids we help to kind of cut the sheep up and take these joints out so the kids can play their games with it. But sometimes when we go to do that, some of the sheep get up. And so that's a bit disconcerting.
All people run away. 2-3 times they did. I remember, All people, sheep stand up. All people run away.
I'd probably run away from a zombie sheep as well,
네. 남시 대요. 다디 보라. 남시.
Right. So because the consciousness hasn't left the body.
근데 둔둘라 때서 저거도더라. 이게 키도서 다들 키단 심이도서 지능시나 산인 남산 되마제보다 키단 심이도서.
Yeah, so like seems like animals go through the process faster though. Like if a dog or a cat dies, then the like 1 or 2 days the body starts to the next day you can see the body's decomposing and smelling.
Yeah, we had some dead here, cats and dogs. Next day they come smelling. Yeah, we stop here now.
Okay.
After we talk to 25.
25 grace
시 불시 중시 매도 당 레라 렌시